Miss Rodeo Arkansas, Abigail Benz is here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
It's so great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
You are definitely decked out in our favorite
know.
things, just rhinestones, glitter, and all the things, and a big hat. We love
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Dazzling, shimmering, glittering, all the things.
Yes. Tell us about, you won the title back in May, and then you had a coronation gala. What was that like?
So I won back right before Old Fort Days in Fort Smith, but we have a lady-in-waiting period in Arkansas, which just helps me follow last year's Miss Rodeo Arkansas, really prepare. It's a full-time job, so I take over January 1st, and then I travel the whole year across the country, even to Canada, promoting Arkansas, promoting rodeo, the agriculture industry. And then I will conclude in December competing for Miss Rodeo America. So the Coronation Gala just gave me an opportunity to really take over and really be in the community and invite people to come out and see what rodeo is all about.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us, what is it like competing for Miss Rodeo Arkansas?
So the competition is not just a beauty competition like some people think. We have a test which covers all the rules of rodeo, equine science, current events, 2 interviews, a speech where they give us 10 minutes to prepare. They give us a topic, and then we have 10 minutes to write a speech about it. And then horsemanship on a random horse that we're not allowed to warm up. They hold the horse, and then immediately we go in and complete a pattern. So it's not on our own horses. It takes a lot. There's 36 state queens this year, and that's the most they've had in a while. So we'll all compete together, but we travel together. So they're some of my closest friends because I've had 3 days off since January 1st.
Oh, sure.
So.
Yeah, certainly. You had me nervous when you were talking about a test. I'm seeing number 2 pencils and filling in little bubble charts, right?
Yeah.
Scantrons.
Yes,
Makes me nervous. But I imagine it would be nerve-wracking for you having to walk up to a horse that you don't know, and you have to exude confidence and get on this animal and ride it around and do a pattern. You said, what is that like for you? Take us through that experience.
I spend a lot of time getting on any horse I can. So I didn't grow up rodeo queening. I grew up just having my own horses and doing barrel racing. So that's probably the hardest part. It also counts for the most percentage of the pageant.
Okay.
So it definitely is the part where you want to be confident on any horse. Somebody asked me one time what I do if I don't feel confident, and I just kind of say a prayer and just go, because you don't have a choice at every rodeo. I've only been able to bring my horse twice this year so far. So it's a random horse, you never know, and it's full speed. So you just kind of have to, I say have cowgirl courage, that's my platform, and so just kind of take the reins and go.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
perfect.
You mentioned that you'll be traveling even up to Canada. What is that like for you to be able to represent Arkansas wherever you go?
It's really exciting. In Florida last week we were there, and I got to tell kids a fun fact about Arkansas. And I'm against all the other girls, so some of them have, manatees, and some of them in Colorado have, mountains. But we have diamonds, and so it's really fun to be able to share the beauty of Arkansas and how it's not just a state that you drive through on I-40, which a lot of people think.
Right.
It's really fun to be able to bring that to everyone and also bring the agriculture industry. We have 2 huge rodeos here in Arkansas in addition to some of the smaller ones. So it's really cool to be able to be the voice to some of those kids who have never even heard of Arkansas.
Sure.
Certainly. You mentioned your nonprofit earlier. What is it called? Let's see, Cowgirl Courage?
Cowgirl Courage, yes.
What's that about? Fill us in.
So rodeo queens have an opportunity. We travel so much to have a platform, and so mine is Cowgirl Courage. And what I do is I just inspire people to speak up, stand up, and saddle up with courage to overcome any situation that could be bullying or human trafficking or domestic violence, and just having the courage to speak up for yourself and others.
Yeah, that's important.
I love that.
Well, what's next for you on your journey? You've been to Florida, trips to Canada. What's coming up?
Our first rodeo in Arkansas isn't until April, so I will spend the next couple of weeks still going around. Next week I go to North Dakota. It's supposed to be the coldest rodeo I'll ever experience, which is hard to believe because South Dakota was -12. But we will travel the rest of the time, and then December in Las Vegas, Nevada, I'll compete for Miss Rodeo America.
Wow,
that's
okay.
huge.
Abigail, do you have a really big coat to take with you to the Dakotas?
I know.
Hopefully. Hopefully it's warm enough.
I hope it's got some bling on it as well, like this one
Oh,
you're wearing
yes.
now.
They all have bling.
Is there something you want people to know about rodeos? Maybe we have misconception about it. What's one thing you want folks to know about a rodeo?
Well, it is a sport, so these are athletes, the animals, and the contestants. My horse he's an athlete just as much. I train him. I heard you talking about running, so I expect him to be in top shape. And it's really important to really think about why we do the rodeo. It is for sport, but really if you think about what ranchers have to do every day, it's what these cowboys and cowgirls are competing, but we're just showing it to the public so they kind of know what it takes to be a rancher.
Sure.
Yes.
What's your horse's name?
His name is Gus.
Gus.
They're all Disney themed.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I love that.
Gus, like the rat?
Yes.
Gus. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Abigail, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and good luck, and keep us posted on your journey. We'd love to have you back and fill us in on what you've been up to.
Absolutely. You guys will have to come to Rodeo the Ozarks.
I will.
Yes.
See you then.
Yes.